Okay, so this is what I'm currently working on. A lot of people give vibe coding a bad rep, but thanks to that and just seeing what's really possible, just freeballing, freestyling my ideas, just asking, ChatGPT's Canvas or Claude's Canvas or Gemini, all these canvases, I don't use like Replit or the other ones, have really enabled me to really think about the possibilities. Back in the day, I would open up GitHub and I'll be like, what the hell is this? And now I feel like I can open up and understand what's really going on. And, all it took was curiosity. I would definitely say, messing around with AI has definitely grown curiosity within me. The other thing that has really motivated me to actually sit down and program is just the fact that I've never actually finished anything. All I can really see with these AI helpers, I see the potential of my ideas, but I do not see what my ideas look like when they crystallize and when it's done. And also, I heard a lot of the challenges with programming and software isn't really building it; it's really maintaining it. But that's not an issue for me right now. The issue for me right now is actually finishing and acting on my ideas and closing the loops. But because of that, I sort of realized that, hey, I do have to sit down and learn some stuff because AI at the way AI currently works, I think it's only like a magnifier. If you don't know shit, you can't really tell AI to do it. I really learned my lesson at how complicated AI can make things. So I'm using default to program games, and I had no idea how Lua modules work. I didn't want to write anything. I didn't even want to put any code, like, functions or data in the Lua module. I just wanted to figure out how to initialize. And no matter how much I tried, it would not give me an initialize Lua module, which would just be like an M or something like that. Something so simple like an M and some brackets. I just didn't know. I didn't want to read the docs. And it just kept giving me stuff, these modules with stuff in there. Or sometimes it would not use M because I think you could call it anything, right? And it was stressful. And that's when I realized that, hey, you know, AI can really overcomplicate things. Even when I'm like, trying to come up with ideas, sometimes it just keeps complicating things. I'm like, bro, I don't need it like that. Like, I really learned that when I was messing around with like procedural generation, and it starts doing like these heat maps and weather and biome stuff, and I'm like, bro, I just want red bricks here and green bricks here. I don't know about all that other stuff. But anyways, so I was looking around YouTube. Shout out Code Red Antonio. This is like the first video I've watched from him. He's pretty good. At least I don't know. I only watched like 16 minutes. That's how much I could do before I moved on to other stuff. Just because I had like issues with setup and my computer was running slow. Yeah, cause oh man, I think I have too many extensions on VS Code because I wanted to make it look pretty or whatnot, and it's whatever. It's like whatever. I check my manager and it's going crazy. But yeah, so right now I really am interested in how like an app like Cursor works. So shout out to him. This is gonna be a long video, man. It's 11 hours or 12 hours plus the part two, which is how long the part two?
Enter.
The part two is, so this is almost a 20-hour video. Then I have to build it. But the thing is, I liked how he explained stuff in a way
So you
that
should probably
it's really accessible. So I appreciate that. Some more experienced people probably hate it, but for me, that is perfect. And so yeah, I'm definitely gonna work with this cursor clone tutorial. The other thing I was thinking about working on is his. Let me see if I could find it. It should be right here. Oh yeah, I want to see how these AI app builders work because that's also interesting. The reason why is because I don't know. I kind of want to make something. So okay, this is gonna help me transition to the next thing. So I don't know. I've been making games. Making games can be a little. out there or whatever. Or even also this AI automation stuff might be interesting, just to help make games a little bit more accessible, whatever that means. Um, so talking about games, here we have the games the tutorials I've went through, right? Um, so these are just completed tutorials just because I had to really sit down and learn. Unfortunately, I'm the type of person that just wants to do, but sometimes we have to sit down and learn. And what helped me this is another project I was working on. So yeah, these are like my notes. My notes are probably not the best, right? Um, Sorry if you see my things, but I don't think I have anything bad in here. I don't know, cause this is also my journal. Sometimes I just like I might be a little like disorganized, and sometimes I just like write stuff randomly with no organization. Whatever. So so what I been doing, what has helped me learn easier is I just been doing, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I do this? Um, uh, this is like for the C major thing. So I'm gonna be honest. Um, I didn't like the tutorial because he was constantly like going this direction, this like, so he was going from this patch here to this, and he was constantly back and forthing these changes, which just confused the hell out of me. I'm like, bro, why can't it just be clean one thing, clean the other thing? So what this is, but you know what? I'm still gonna appreciate it just because there's not a lot of content. I do have to watch. The only other content left is like the coding program or whatever. He only has like what, two videos or three on C major. So what even is this, man? I wanted to make music plugins, right? Music software, but bro, I don't want to learn C++. I tried Juice. I don't like it. I tried it with CMake and it was a little bit better, but it's just a little too overwhelming. And then having to make the GUI too in like C++, I'm like, hell no, bro. I mean, I'm not going to say hell no because this is something I'm still interested in, but totally, totally overwhelming. And I can't even make sense of this. Um, in terms of this, though, I can't really say I can make sense of this either. Um, actually, I had to use Gemini to clean it up because whatever he had going on made no sense to me. Um, so I did clean it up a bit, but here, so what this is just like a sine wave, and then I had to figure out how to use the. So the reason I use C major, despite not having support, is just the fact that C major you can do the GUI with JavaScript, not like not like this has been that much better. And then I have like I just went through the website and I have like some of the docs, just because like I said, there's not a lot of support, not a lot of information, but this with like maybe FOSS is the most digestible way of making music plugins, but even then it's not the best because I don't know shit about DSP. The music making software is actually pretty complicated, to be honest. Super, super complicated. But FOSS does have a lot of functionality out of the box. And at least for me, when making software, I just want to use the out of box software for now and mix and match, have something cool, because what's really motivating me is I really, really, really am getting annoyed with like sound selection, and it's my fault. So if you also, let me show you. Also, the other thing is with Juice, man. What is this? Oops. The thing with Juice that also like, I think it was Command Shift P, or is it, bro? Sorry, you have to do this command, or I should probably put what is it? I thought it was Command Shift P, man. Is it Command Option P? No, bro. What is it? Is it not Command Shift P? Control Shift P? Okay, it is Command Shift P. Sorry, I was out of it. So boom. So look at this. Look at this. This is from the tutorial. Mad annoying though, because I mean, FOSS is some language just made for music making, but then like in the tutorial, bro, this was not like as clean as this. It was way different. And then the guy was taking code from this FOSS stuff and renaming it and moving it over to like here. Like it was not attack and voices dot attack. It was like H filter whatnot. Even this attack knob. But look, let me see if it's even like picking it up. Oh yeah, so this is a sine synth that I made. This is just the basic. Oh shit, bro. There's no. So this is like a little key. Oh, I guess my thing is a little off, but let me see if I can move it. All right. So this is the synth I made watching the tutorial. Mad confusing. I don't feel like I learned much, but I still learned because I made this. There's attack. That's like, I guess you would make a pad. Really, this is less attack, so it's plucky. I don't think this decay works. The decay sounds absolutely the same to me. Or maybe it's what... I don't know, bro. So there's that. Then there's this... Okay, it worked. Okay, all of this... Maybe if I reset the patch. So this works. I don't... Alright. Okay, you get the gist of it. I don't... Okay, it's working now, so... I had to reset it, but that means something is glitching. Maybe if I... Okay, I think I get it. If I touch attack... Oh, I think you need to change... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the fuck decay does, to be honest. I don't know. I have to get onto sound design in order to understand, which I have not been doing. But yeah, this is what I worked on. I have something I made. It's not exported, nor does it need to be exported. But we made it though, right? We'll figure things out. The reason why I even want to make stuff like this is just because man, you know, the thing with plugins, bro, like these people keep releasing reverbs every day, bro. Like the world needs more reverb. I think that's what they think, man. Everyone and their mom thinks the world needs more reverb. Or the other issue is that, bro, they release these synths with these ugly ass UI that I will never ever in my life use. I will never ever ever use some of these synths that people be designing. I don't care about functionality, bro. If I open that thing, if I open up that spaceship, right, and it feels like my skills are not transferring over from one synth to the next, I don't want to use it, bro. I will make everything I would ever need in this one synth, and then I would use like a saturator or a tone shaper to dial in the sound. Fuck the analog warmth bullshit, bro. Like, I'm good. But what I'm trying to get at though is that essentially, man, like, man, a lot of these plugins need better UI, bro. And I'm gonna be honest, yes, I could sit down and learn the jargon, like, you know, compression, attack, sure. Or I could just rename stuff that makes more sense with my brain. Maybe I could just get rid of the words altogether and just have a nice picture that makes sense to me. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's what it does. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I want to do stuff. Or sometimes, I don't know, like I just maybe I just want to have a nice specialized synth that makes really good 808s. Now, is it good 08s in general? No, but it'll be the 808s I like. So stuff like that. Or like for example, my mic. I have a SM7B, right? I have a dynamic microphone, right? A lot of these artists and stuff, they use like what is a quarter, not a corduroy, but whatever. They used mics that have a lot of high end, right? That's one of the things that really motivated me to like try and make my own plugin, is that I want to. Sometimes I want like a saturator in specific points. What if I don't want the entire frequency band, or what if I want saturation that's not very scratchy or digital, like distortion, and what if I want like distortion and stuff that sounds more human like, or what if I want to figure out what type of saturation works particularly well with my voice, or I don't know, like the auto tune, bro. Like, why are there no more flavors in auto tune? I don't know what makes auto tune a certain like color or flavor, but why is there no more of that? So stuff like that, things that I would particularly want. But I would definitely say though, just sometimes I don't need so much features. I think for me, since I produce and record, and I like to minimize as much mental energy as I can. And so I could have a lot of features, or I could just prioritize flow, bro. Like sometimes you just want to make music. You don't want to think shit. You don't want to like tinker, man. Like time spent tinkering is time not finishing songs. Literally, like you could sit your ass down and mix all day long. You can sit down and learn mastering all day long, but like if you're not going to do that professional, why should you? I think if you produce and do your own vocals, at most, bro, you should, with your absolute best, put your inner nerd, learn to get your mixing and mastering neutral. Hell, don't even bother with mastering, bro. Just put like a compressor or like a limiter. Just make it loud, bro. I think what matters more is your mix. But even then, though, mix is just volume and stuff like that. Like, you just focus on volume and arrangement, and definitely maybe like sound selection and whatnot. But what I'm trying to get at, though, is like, you just gotta really, it's flow, bro. Like if you produce everything, you know how much work that is to first lay down drums, lay down the instrument, lay down the vocals, mix the vocals and beat, and then master it, bro. There's a lot of tinkering going on, bro. And especially if you made it, you're like, maybe if I change this, maybe if I did this instead, it's like, yo, you're not finishing songs. So, and then if you do like, ad libs and harmonies, it's like, listen, if you're doing everything yourself, you gotta just aim for good enough, man. You gotta just aim for good enough. But yeah, I just want to make plugins to help me be in flow, and I'm so tired of going through presets because that stuff is annoying. I don't want to do that no more. So that's so yeah, like recently I realized like, yo, I think I need to just go through all the presets I have for like the synths and just start favoriting stuff, and then delete what I don't favorite. Call it a day, bro. Just use what I use, even if it starts getting repetitive. I'd rather just use sounds that I like and then focus more and eventually build up. It's like, with clothing, music's the same way. Same thing with plugins, bro. I know we get into this collective mindset, but I think what really matters is just focus on the things you like. Even in the beginning, your collection is going to be very small, but over time, it's going to grow. It's going to grow over time. Just slowly keep adding sounds and stuff like that. More is not more, because it just gets so annoying, man. Like sometimes I hate my music so much and I'm like, bro, it's because I'm using these fucking sounds from Serum. that I just found on the internet and Reddit that I don't particularly like because it doesn't fit my music, but I just got tired of scrolling because listen, I only just recently started labeling and favoriting stuff. You know what I mean? Just because I got so tired. Same thing with like drum kits, bro. Like I just started throwing all the drums, and I'm finding myself scrolling, bro. And I like hearing this 50 million snares, bro. I need to just start filtering through. And if I'm still gonna keep scrolling like that, at least I'm gonna like be scrolling from like the top 1% of the snares that I have, or the top 1% kicks, top 1% 808s, leads, plucks, instead of like scrolling through every type of fucking level of sound of varying quality. Like, bro, you know how annoying it is to scroll through like ones, twos, and threes, like if we're rating the sounds. Annoying. It's a waste of time. Sometimes I just want to be like, let me finish, let me get the idea done, I just want something that sounds good. And the more you add without filtering, the harder it gets to find things that sound good. All right, that's it. I'm done, bro. But yeah, that's also part of the reason why I wanted to make plugins. Sorry if I chatted. I just, instead of collecting sound plugins, I'd rather just make something that I like and then collect that. That sounds like more fun. But yeah, bye.